Montina Portis here, and we are in the studio. Our guest today is phenomenal. Talk about phenomenal woman. We have the picture right here, and I'm excited to introduce you to Mrs. Detra White. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Detra grew up in Salt Lake City to a single parent. She attended Howard University and Harvard Business School and has built a career as a marketing consultant. Now, what she doesn't have here, and then I'm just gonna kind of interject, is that she also helps small businesses. She brings crowds there. She puts this information up on Facebook, does live videos, and I'd love for her to share a little bit about how that came about. But first, welcome to the show.
Hi, Montina. I'm so happy to be here with you.
So we're excited to have you. Now tell me, how has your faith in God really influenced you to start a movement helping businesses, small businesses?
So my faith, personal faith, goes all the way back to early childhood. I should tell you that I'm a byproduct of two grandfathers who are Baptist ministers who have their own church, who had their own churches. So I grew up in the church. I grew up with a strong faith foundation, and that's just been a big part of me for my entire life. People have always said, you are the one who found the underdog in everything. If I go into a situation, I'll find that one person who hasn't been introduced to everybody in the room. So I find the stray in every situation. And so that's always been a big part of me. And I got to the point in my own career where I had accomplished enough success where I felt a great desire and a great tug on my heart to start to give back in a significant way. I've always been a part of it. I've always had a very giving spirit, whether I'm on a board for homeless shelters or whatever. I've always been placed myself in a position of giving. But this new initiative, quite the big one's unlike anything I've ever done.
And it's life-changing. I can tell you, I'm a small business owner, and you do have those patterns when sometimes you're like, why did I do this again? But you love it, you're passionate about it, and you know that you've built something amazing, and it's like, we're the people. So you literally change lives for small business owners, especially with their services. Now, what were you doing when you had your aha moment at the start of the movement?
Well, it's really interesting because I know it's one of those situations where you know exactly what you were wearing and what you were doing and how you were feeling. And for me, my first ambush happened on July 26th on a Wednesday, I believe. And I can tell you that 2 days before that is really when I had the aha moment. And the aha moment was when I found myself walking into a historically black bank and making a sizable deposit. I felt like this is what we should be doing, supporting our own. But for me, that felt good for about the rest of the day. It didn't feel like it was enough. It didn't feel like I was really I was touching enough people. So 2 days later, so that was on a Monday, and on 2 days later, I came upon a place called Cupcakery in East Point. And it was a cupcake shop, and who doesn't like cupcakes?
I love cupcakes.
And on the side wall, I do too. And on the side wall, it says, "Cupcakes make you happy." And I decided in that moment, I brought my daughter, 17 years old, and my best friend of over 30 years, and I said, I want to shine a light on this small business because I knew in my spirit that that's all they needed. That's all they need is for more people to know their story, to know that they exist. And so I learned how to use Facebook Live in the car moments before I ambushed this business. I had no idea exactly what I wanted to do, or I know what I needed to do, but I didn't know how it would execute. I went in there, I asked this young woman to just tell me your business story, and in 4 minutes her life changed. I should also tell you that I sowed a seed into the business too, because I know that at the end of the day it's about financial ability and sustainability. So I was taking the profits of a book that I've written, and I've decided in that moment to sow back into small business the profits from that book. And so that's what happened.
I mean, that is amazing. Now, what do you hope the outcome of the project will be with the ambush? What is the ultimate goal for all of this?
Well, it's really interesting because I always spring from a place of obedience. So my spirit dictates the next step. I have no idea where it's all going. I have no expectations in terms of my involvement or what it might become. I can tell you this, that we have reached and inspired a nation.
Yes,
I get millions and millions and millions of people who reach out to me, and what they said is, "Thank you, sister. Thank you for inspiring me." So what has happened is we have individuals within communities all over the country that are giving back, that are looking for ways to, are looking for ways to support other small businesses. So I'm going to write this out, and I'm going to see whatever my higher order dictates is what I'm going to do, and I'm excited.
Well, with that, we have Mrs. Detra White, and I can tell you the peace that comes from her, and I deal with a lot of people, but you can feel the peace, you can feel the light, you can feel the energy, and I know inspire means to breathe life into others.
Yes.
So she's breathing life into these businesses. So all of her contact information is here if you'd like to get in touch, if you'd like to have an ambush, if you'd like to just partner with her and do something great for small businesses, because small businesses definitely need her. Thank you so much for being a guest in the studio.
Oh my gosh, this is my honor, and I will come back anytime. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it was our pleasure. Blessing to have you here. If you'd like to be a guest in the studio, all of our information is right here. We'd love to have you in. And if you have an amazing story, again, definitely share it with Mrs. Detra. You can find her on Facebook and everywhere else. Again, her information is right here. We'll see you next time in the studio.